for my Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But when we talk about the astrology, guys, just know that we're talking about Virgo rising, okay? So let's get into the Virgo reading here. So beginning of the month, we have Mars, Uranus in the North Node, all in Taurus in your eighth house, and sorry, not your eighth house, your ninth house there of spirituality, of higher education, of far distance travel. And so that's going to bring forth a lot of spiritual breakthroughs. Like if you had those at the beginning of the month, let me know in the comments. Because I know I'm doing this around August 12th, right around that full moon in Aquarius. So we could have some big disruptions also in terms of like, disruptions with education, something happening, get in the way of your schedule, travel stuff, again, not really working out, getting delayed, issues there, not being pleasant. There's just a lot of like issues and disruptions that give way at least like to breakthroughs, but they're going to feel really frustrating at this point in the beginning of the month. We also have Mercury, though, moving into your sign. So your ruling planet moves into where it should be in Virgo. So it's going to be in your first house and you're feeling good. It feels like your life is going to be getting more on track. Your organization is better. You're able to make more plans and keep to a day-to-day schedule a lot better. It's just going to feel like you're going to be feeling like on your game. All your details are going to be feeling in a row. August 11th, that full moon in Aquarius, as well as Venus entering Leo. So that's right around now when I'm doing this reading, like just hours after. It's still like 199%, something like that. So everything is going to be there in your 12th. Leo is like, because there's so much in Leo, there's so much in your 12th house at this time. And again, because the sun is in Leo there as well, again, and then you have Venus entering Leo, so it's gonna be really highlighting your issues and your problems, and it's gonna feel very much like work and what you enjoy is like you're not gonna be enjoying it. It's gonna feel like it's very much trapping you, isolating you, and where you're gonna feel disconnected from really like your coworkers and stuff. Because Aquarius is your. I'm sorry, let me just think for a second. Aquarius is your seventh. No, your sixth house. I'm still in my Leo shit. You're on Virgo. So this is your sixth house here. So yeah, that's why it's kind of highlighting these I had to think about that for a second. I was only talking about the other houses, but yeah, it's gonna be really like highlighting again the day to day, your schedule, all that kind of stuff. So you're gonna really feel like again, like anyone that you work with on a day to day basis, you're gonna have some disconnection and frustration there, and like are things like are you able to do the things that you want? Are you able to get the things that you like and want at this time? It's gonna be a focus for you as well around this full moon, and where are you not really having your needs met? So your ninth and your second house ruler, again, ninth house is spirituality, far distance travel. Second house is money, work, and it's all going into your 12th house there. So, whoa, choking on myself. It's gonna be really easy to spend money on things and travel that like you really don't need to. So watch out for that. And it's gonna feel like you're kind of like in this like crisis mode, like crisis about like your beliefs, like what do you believe in, what do you like, you're not gonna feel very confident or very attached to that, and especially you're not gonna feel very confident in your abilities at this time in yourself. So August 20th, mark your calendars, that's a big date. We have Mars moving into Gemini for 8 months. So it's moving into your 10th house, and it's going to be in that dual bodied sign of Gemini. So you're gonna feel like you need to maybe like make money in two different ways, put yourself out there in two different ways to make money and to get your, your image, your legacy to a certain point. So think back also to like what was going around March, April of 2021, the last time it was there. And again, Mars rules your third and your eighth house there. So your third house of communication, siblings, neighbors, short distance travel, tech, communication, and the eighth house of debts, ending, death, other people's money, shared resources. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Hello. We're on Virgo. So this is the last one. I'm doing Virgo rising, so then I'm going to do their tarot. So yeah. I read all that kind of stuff related to career is going to be kind of thrown up in the air. It's going to be really focused on that for like 8 months there. It's going to feel very dual body and like what you need to do for a career, how that has to do with like again third house and 10th house stuff and getting yourself out there, other people's resources. It's gonna feel really like really strange, really like it's gonna feel a little bit stressful because you're gonna feel like you need to do a lot to make money and to make things work, and you're gonna feel like you're very frustrated in those areas, I think. But around that time, we also have Mercury entering shadow opposite Neptune. So that is your 10th house ruler, again, of your legacy, your reputation, your public image. going into retrograde in your first and second houses. So there could be some shift in money and finances with jobs. You might not have a lot of clarity in this area, feeling kind of like deceived, kind of confused. Your job situation, again, in terms like your job might be problematic and you might not really know what's going on. It could also be that like at this time you need to start something new and it doesn't really turn out the way that you want. It doesn't turn out the way that you need it to, like in that kind of sense. But yeah, it could just feel like you're forgetting something. Or like there's a lot of issues with communication at this time. And around the 27th, there we get the new moon in Virgo in your first house. So at this time, you can focus on you and your needs. And it's also going to be squaring Mars and Gemini. So maybe you might see some work and jobs kind of getting in the way of it. Mercury also moves into Libra at this time. So you're going to be really focused on balancing the budget and where you need to spend your money and time. And Venus in Leo is going to be squaring Uranus and opposing Saturn at the end of the month there. So you could be doing things for money and like having to do it, and you might not really feel like you're getting kind of the recognition that you want at this time. There's just like a lot of little issues there. You could also, again, see a really big change in terms of your job or a shift in your job and career here at the end of the month, Virgo risings, okay? So that is the astrology for Virgo risings. And now we're going on to your reading. Oh boy. Virgo sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Let's look at your tarot from here through the end of August. Ooh. Okay. All right, let's continue to pull some cards. I'm just focusing on your energy, Virgos. All right, okay, we'll talk about it. Jesus. Okay, interesting. Okay. Pull a few more. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. All right, interesting. Yeah, you guys have an interesting little month here. Let's talk about it. So, right around this time, we are definitely in an interesting place here. I mean, Queen, English. I can't English at this point. I've been doing readings for like 2 days straight, and like I swear I can't English anymore. So sorry. But yes, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which I don't know. Usually, I see that as more of a Taurus or Capricorn card, regardless. It's an Earth sign card, and you're feeling very I still see this as your energy here with the Five of Swords reversed and the Eight of Wands. I feel like you're being very stable and like doing what needs to be done in order to work through something very destabilizing, a major loss, like where somebody has taken from you and kind of like left you out to dry. Because Five of Swords is definitely a moment of loss, a lost fight, a lost battle is really what that feels like. Hold on one second. I need to fix the light here. Hold on. I think it's. I don't want it to fall. Please don't fall. We'll see. I don't know. It's being weird. It's really overcast though right now. So I apologize guys, but it's just really annoying me. But yeah. So the Queen of Pentacles there, Five of Swords reverse, Eight of Wands is really where we're at right now around this full moon. So I feel like yes, we've kind of accepted and seen, like we've had this like draining out kind of feeling. Whenever I see the Five of Swords, we've been stabbed in the back. We can now walk. Like we've been through the battle. It's already happened. There has been a loss, and it is time for us to walk away from it. However, I see you as being very stable and very secure about it with that Queen of Pentacles. It's like, I know I'm going to get through this. I know we're going to move beyond it. I'm going to do what it takes to get through it. Eight of Wands is there, and all that also really pushes you forward, really moves you forward. That is a lot of it also feels like you could be traveling at this time, focused on travel, focused on moving. There's just a lot going on in general as well, and it's like I don't have time to focus on this loss when so much is shifting and moving in different directions in my life right now. So it's kind of what I get. It's like you're kind of just like you're bypassing this. Like, yes, this has happened, but I need to keep on going. In that very Virgo, very earth sign sense, which also kind of came up in Taurus is reading that same kind of energy of like, this is horrible, but I must just continue trucking, moving past it in that earth sign way. That I feel like only earth signs can really do is like, I'm not going to sit here and wallow. I'm going to cry for like 5 minutes. I'm going to get back up and I'm going to win out of spite. Or at least that's how I operate as a Taurus. I'm like, I'm going to show you what's what just purely out of spite. So here we have a really interesting combo. So let's talk about it. You have the Eight of Pentacles reversed, the Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. I really feel for some of you, this is going to be very specific. I think if it resonates with you, it's just a message that's coming through. It's like some of you might need to walk. You're walking away from a family situation that you know you cannot change. This is like there's no effort to be put in here. The family is still there. You might still love them, but you have to leave something. You have to leave your emotions at the door when you deal with them and leave you might not be able to fully move past something or really work on it to move past in a healthy way, but you yourself have to move past it because they are not going to change is what I get here. And you have to make the decisions that are best for you. That's just a message I get. But regardless, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. In terms of a work situation, I feel like some of you guys don't feel like there's any more effort to put into a certain job, a certain situation, and you want to leave it and move on towards something else. Something that pays the bills, something also for some of you might be really focused on working from home when you get that Ten of Pentacles there. But regardless, you're focused on the generational wealth and you don't feel like effort that you're putting into your job right now is going to give you that and going to give you the ability to, buy a home, have money for children, have money for your family. And yeah, so it's really a lot of stuff going on right there. But also, I really feel like you're able to move past some negative mental stuff going on here. That sounds really stupid of me to say. It was a really intelligent way to put it, but yeah, we have some really negative, why is this the right way? Yes. I can never tell when I look at this. Sometimes I look at this and it throws me off so bad because it's opposite and I'm like, what am I doing? Who am I? But yeah, we have that Ace of Swords and, is it this one? Ace of Swords and Knight of Swords reverse. And I feel like there's a lot of clarity that comes to, like, you might have been in a really negative place up until this full moon in Aquarius, but I just feel like you're taking control and you're like, no, I'm done. I'm done doing that. I'm going to keep moving forward. I have to get over this. I have to move beyond this. I must win. I must mentally overcome the situation. Because the Nine of Swords is very much about, it's being very in your head. You're in your nightmare zone. Like, oh my God, there could be no worse feeling. It's like having a panic attack in the middle of the night is what I always see the Nine of Swords as. It's that kind of feeling of everything is going wrong and I cannot control it and what the fuck do I do and all that kind of energy. But when it's reversed and the Ace of Swords is there, like, you know that is not real. You know you can move past this. So if those of you that are working on mental health and things like that, it seems to be going really well. I also feel like in terms of like if you had a lot of fear about this work situation, this thing that you want to leave and move towards something better, you don't need to be afraid of it. It's really in your head. If you're afraid like you're not going to find something, it's not going to work out, because it does seem like it is when you put yourself out there. It's like you find things that come right back to you. I feel like there's a lot of this is a very communicative energy here when you get the ace of, not the, I keep calling them aces, what's wrong with me today? The Knight of Swords and then the Knight of Wands is very that's a lot of communication. Whether it's like you could if you're trying to find a job, and this is what this has to do with, a new career, something like that. I feel like if you're trying to get out of where you're at to move towards something more, look for things that you're more passionate about, things that make you excited, like a company you would want to work for. Do they have values that you would appreciate and that you would want? Or if you're trying to get a raise and you've been afraid to ask for it, like I do think you're going to be fine. And I do think that you should put yourself out there. You might have to, negotiate, but whatever. Regardless, I feel like if you're putting yourself out there for a new job, something you want to do, it seems to be working out really, really well. And just go for it. It's a very like go for it, put in the energy, put in the effort kind of stuff there. However, get the Six of Swords reverse kind of energy where I feel like you might really want to. There's a lot of forward moving energy for you, but you have to look at why you can't move past something in a specific way, a certain fight, why you might be carrying around. Again, this feels like it has something to do with whatever you're trying to bypass there on the full moon with that Five of Swords reversed. It might be such a loss that you're not able to move past it yet. So I'm going to kind of pull one more clarifier on that one. I just feel, there's like, you might not be able to move. Like, there's like blockages and things that are coming up. Like, you might like get that job offer, start looking, start doing this. They might require you to move somewhere, but you might not be able to do so yet. It's kind of like, there's like little things that are getting in the way of you being able to move on to this next step, get to where you're trying to get to here. Okay, Virgos? You might have, it has something to do with home and family. It's something to do with that. Or like your living situation. And again, if you're living with family at this time or they're very around, it feels like there's a lot of conflict there for some reason. A lot of issues, fighting, trauma. But I do feel like you're able to, oh, okay, I see. Some of you are looking back at a past situation, a living situation, relationship situation, work. Like, we're at a different point in your life and you're like having this nostalgia, and just stop. Like, I'm just going to tell you, just stop. It's annoying. It's not going to go anywhere. I feel like this keeps coming up for you, Virgo, like where you're getting into this nostalgic headspace. You want to reach out to those exes. You want to do this. You want to do that. And it's like, don't. Like, just don't. Oh my God. Just don't, okay? Like, you need to move forward. You might not be able to at this time with that Six of Swords reverse, but it's like you're still stuck on something. It's like this pie in the sky mentality. This like, it's not healthy. I'm going to be honest. This doesn't feel good and healthy. It feels like you're too stuck on something from the past in an unhealthy way, and that's why you cannot move past that Five of Swords reverse, why you cannot get to where you're going. And it does feel like it has something to do with a relationship, but don't go and drag somebody back in, okay? I love you guys, but like if there is a sign that shows up and slides into the DMs of an ex more than anybody else, I'm sorry, it is you, Virgos. And I don't know why that is, but like, stop. Like, I'm begging you to just stop this month. It's not a good idea. And you yourself need to move forward. You're telling everybody, it's like you're telling everybody else to move forward, you're moving forward in your life, and then you're holding on to this thing that is just like, no. Like, again, no, there's nothing there. There's no foundation. You are not aligned in mind, body, and spirit with the Three of Pentacles reverse, and the universe does not have your back. You're in a fantasy, like, delusional state when the Star is reversed. So just be aware that, like, in terms of, like, looking back at, like, a certain situation, a relationship, a point in your life, like if you were living with an ex or something like that, that was your life then. Let that go. Oh my God, let it go. I'm begging you. I feel like I have to have this conversation with you like once a month, and I love you guys, but let it go. Please let it go. Please let it go. You will find somebody better, I promise. Like, I really do. I'm a Taurus, so I do not believe in like you should always go back and try to make it work with exes. I am not a believer of that. That is insane. But anyways, I won't be so harsh. Let's continue. Ten of Wands reverse. This is about the love situation. Yeah, you need to spend some time alone. Ten of Wands with the Hermit reverse, and then the Five of Pentacles to me is like You might feel like you've been alone too long, but like, let me tell you, you haven't. You need to. You might even feel really isolated, really separate, but I do think that this is something you need to do at this time. You need to take a step back and you really need to evaluate what you're looking for in relationships, and if you're just trying to seek people out because it's comfortable and it makes you feel better and it makes you feel safe. I think so. But just like, but yeah, like there's not really much else to say other than like, this is a time for you to really look at what you need to look at within yourself. Where somebody has hurt you, where somebody, especially if you've been cheated on, something like that definitely shows up here with that Three of Cups and that King of Swords reversed and the Nine of Cups. There could be like you try to start relationships and other people get in the way, you're interested in other people or the other person cheated, whatever the situation is. Like there's just like you gotta reel this back. You need to reel this back at this time. I just feel like there's a lot of mental clarity about a situation and about a relationship at this time, and we're very much in our what is making us feel good kind of mindset, because that's what Leo season tends to do. And because you're coming out of this 12th house energy, like this is really a time when like your worst stuff is going to be out on display, like your most unhealthy mental urges and things you want to do, and you got to like step back, okay? Just take a step back and try to gain the mental clarity. Try to talk to somebody who can really ground you in the reality of like what it is that you're doing, because I think that you guys aren't going to see that like your ideas are a little insane, but yeah, you can't work at something that is not there anymore. The Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups reverse is like, why are you going to go and try to like plant that? Why are you going to go and try to like work on that tree again? It doesn't grow. It doesn't give you plants. It doesn't give you shit. Please stop. Like, I love you guys, but you are ones to go, like, once again, like Virgo's like, you're hard workers. You want to put in the effort, but don't put in effort where it's not needed and not being asked for. And it is not being asked for in this relationship situation. If you're in a relationship, take some time for yourself this month and don't overdo it. You are not in the most mentally clear headspace. And I think that you really need to take some time for yourself, my lovely Virgos. And I love you. I hope that you don't come... Everyone's reading has been a little bit harsh, and it's like not a lot of great stuff is coming up, and especially because it's your 12th house season. It's rough. It's rough at this moment. It's making you probably feel a little crazy. Unacknowledged aspects of yourself, unacknowledged desires, needs are probably coming up in you, and you're like, what the fuck is this feeling? What's happening? Hello, or hola, hello. What is good? We're just finishing up the Virgo reading here. Yeah. It's a need... I don't know what's going on here. What do we need to do? We need to take control of our life. And I would say if you are trying to gain some upper hand, like if you're trying to be sneaky about a relationship, like I'm going to help you with this, I'm going to do that, but like secretly expecting it this way or secretly wanting it to go a certain way, like just don't. Like you need to take control of yourself here. Yeah. But yeah, Virgos, this is a lot of... You got a lot of conflicting energy going on this month. There's a lot of intense stuff happening for you. It's needing to move forward in a much healthier way than you have been. And it's kind of like the universe is asking you, like, if these are the things that you want, these are the things that you value, how are you going to get there without delving into the same negative traits and patterns that you used to before? So it's really gonna like force you to look at these things and just like see that sometimes you are self-sabotaging here, okay? But that's all I'm going to pull, I think, for your cards here today. Those are your messages. We're going to do some Doreen Virtue Romance Angel Oracle cards, and then we will also pull a Power Deck card. Yes, and if you're wondering why I had if you're on Twitch and you were wondering, I'm seeing this in the comments here, but if you're watching this on YouTube and you're wondering who I'm talking to, it's the Twitch chat, but I am a pagan, and I talk a lot about pagan stuff often, so that's why that's under that tag. I was talking about stuff earlier, doing some stuff at the beginning of the stream. Virgo, messages for love for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We knew that one was coming out. I'm not surprised to see you out here. Hold on. And one more. I don't know. Am I going to get another or not? They're not coming out. Virgo, I might leave this. I'm going to leave this right here for you because we're not getting another romance angel card, so I'll pull a power deck card after this. So yeah, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life, and I feel like that is exactly how we ended this reading. It's time to take back control of your life. You've got to take back control, but taking back control of your life, not trying to control a relationship or another person. Like, I know Virgo's like, you feel bad when you don't have control, but the control that you seek is within your own life, within your own feelings, and within how you go about this from here on out, okay? Rather than how you used to. So it's time to take back control of your life. Don't put yourself in this box. Don't let somebody else put you in a box if that's the case as well. If it's somebody else coming back in your life, like literally kick them to the curb. Do not, bye. We're done with this. I'm so tired of this situation that always comes up. People are like, but my ex. It's like, don't. They're an ex for a reason. Maybe I'm a Taurus, but like that's just how I see it. Ooh. Essence. So, life is like a school. We move through it learning many things, cloaking ourselves in environmental knowledge. You are on the warrior's path toward enlightenment. You must one day peel away accumulated knowledge like layers of an onion and move back into the source of your power. When contemplating a Zen garden, you find that the source of your power is the essence of the Great Spirit. We come onto this earth walk like a giant piece of smashed mirror, every one of us reflecting the light of our God. The experience of life is a process of piecing together these scrambled fragments into one great mandala, reflecting the one source of all being. Like the center of a cyclone, we sit at the point of stillness, the pandemonium of life, circulating madly around us. Choose equilibrium, not frenzy. Live life from your center, the essence of you and the essence of the primal moving force of the universe are one. So yeah. Those are your messages, Virgos, for the month of August. I love you guys. Don't take it too harshly. Everybody kind of got harsh readings this month. Don't worry. But when that shows up again and again, and like, I have to be serious with you. You guys know that's the type of reader I am. I'm going to be like, stop it. I tell all my signs to stop their bullshit when they're being bullshitty. But yes, so Virgos, if you haven't, do make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Do make sure to give me a comment and a like. It does help with the algorithm, and I really appreciate it. And if you haven't, do follow me over on Twitch and hang out when we go live. On this coming Sunday, I'm going to be doing a tarot and or really more of astrology, because I'm getting a lot of astrology questions, a lot of questions on paganism and other stuff. So we're going to do like a general like metaphysical chat, mostly focused on astrology, paganism, maybe some Satanism, some tarot, and just some other life things. I just want to give like a general, just like, let's just hang and chat about life and stuff. Like, why not? So we're going to do that on Sunday. And yeah, so definitely follow me over on Twitch, guys, and follow me on Twitter to see when I go live at DQ Tarot, no caps, no spaces. All the links are also in the description box below. And if you haven't, do follow me over on Instagram at DQ Tarot, no caps, no spaces. You can DM me there if you want to book a private reading. I am offering half-hour and 1-hour private readings now. And you can also email me at dqtarot@gmail.com to book a reading as well. So thank you guys so much, my lovely Virgos, and I'll see you next month.